The Philadelphia 76ers have just called out the New York Knicks, and we have to talk about it. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. The playoffs are here. The New York Knicks will be facing the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round. Knicks is the 2 seed, 76ers as the 7th seed. But the 76ers, they seem all right with this matchup, as if you look at Paul Reed's comments, he said, "We ain't ducking no smoke, but yeah, we wanted the Knicks matchup. We think that's the easier team." And look, I'll be fair, I'll be realistic. I don't think the Knicks are the harder matchup between the 1 and the 2 seed. The Knicks are the 2 seed, and the 1 seed, well, that's the Boston Celtics, and they're what? 14 games ahead of the Knicks. Look right there. Knicks is the 2 seed, but they're 14 games back from the Philadelphia 76ers, and then 4 games back from the 8 seed Miami Heat. I'm still expecting the Heat to get into the playoffs over the Bulls, but anything is possible. So yeah, I mean, Paul Reed called the Knicks out and says the easier matchup, and there's really 2 things that goes through my head. One is he is right, let's be fair, but also, you really want to say that? You really want to say that the Knicks are the easier matchup? Like, that statement won't come back to bite you in a week and a half. That is bold by Paul Reed. He better be damn well confident he's not going to be the starting center during that playoff series, because as we know, Joel Embiid was dealing with a knee injury last night against the Miami Heat. He was grabbing his knee constantly. Against the Nets, he sat out, and this is what he had to say on it. Hopefully every day it gets better. We'll just keep monitoring it. Since returning to the 76ers lineup, he's entered every single game listed as questionable. Before the regular season ended, he missed 2 of the team's 7 final games, and Wednesday's game marked the 8th time in a row Embiid was questionable heading into the matchup. So yeah, Joel Embiid is not healthy going into the playoffs against the New York Knicks, and that is a problem. Why is that a problem? Because OG Anunoby is going to do everything in his power to limit Tyrese Maxey from doing literally anything on offense whatsoever. And so it's all going to rely on Joel Embiid, who's going to get mobbed by the Knicks' help defense, the Knicks' physical play, and we've seen the New York Knicks walk into Philadelphia, smack them around, win by 30, and go home laughing. Now, I'm not saying that means the Knicks are going to run through the Philadelphia 76ers. But I think if one team is going to end this series quickly and painlessly, it's going to be the New York Knicks. The Knicks have a higher offensive ceiling because Embiid is injured. It's that simple. The Knicks have a higher defensive ceiling because they're a better defensive team. Also, because Joel Embiid is injured. The Knicks are going to be playing an injured Joel Embiid. His knee is not right, and the Knicks can capitalize on that. However, is it still the easier matchup than the Celtics? Sure. But does that mean Paul Reed should be getting overconfident and saying stuff like that? Probably not. That kind of sounds like something that he's going to be, known for in a few years from now, because, look, I'm not in the market of hating on NBA players, mainly because Paul Reed is so much better at basketball than I am at literally anything except being stupid on the internet. So because of that, I'm not going to talk trash, but I am going to say, casual fans don't know who Paul Reed is. And that's not me hating, that is stating a fact, because no casual fan knows any backup center other than their own teams. Paul Reed is a backup center. He's not a starting center. If Paul Reed ends up starting at center for even a game or two because Joel Embiid misses it with a knee injury, Isaiah Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, Precious Achiuwa, Josh Hart, and even OG Anunoby are going to absolutely destroy the 76ers in the rebound battle. On his season, Paul Reed's averaging around 8 and 8, so it's not like he's having a bad season. He's a serviceable backup center. He's had a lot of good moments in Philadelphia, but he's not a starting level player. So to call the Knicks out like that, when you know you might have to start at center and put your money where your mouth is a very risky maneuver. And I'm interested. I like that he did this. And it's also interesting because the Knicks are the underdogs against the 76ers. As you can see here, the second-seeded Knicks they have a plus 106 chance to beat the 76ers, while Philadelphia is the minus 130 favorites when it comes to the odds on FanDuel. Now, that means that if you were to place $100 to win $100 on the Philadelphia 76ers, you would have to place $130 on a bet. And to win And then if you place $100 on the New York Knicks, you'd get back $106 if they win. So there's my little explanation on how to become a degenerate gambler. But outside of that, as it mentions, this comes despite a host of boos from Philadelphia in the play-in tournament before Nick Batum went on fire because fourth quarter, that's why Batum in. And look, without that unlikely outburst, when Batum put up 20 points, the Knicks would probably be facing the Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler. Now, that would have been an easy matchup. But the 76ers are dealing with injuries. They underperformed in the play-in. They underperformed in the season, even though Joel Embiid was limited this year. Regardless, I think the Knicks are the better team. And the 76ers just don't have this. They don't have Jalen Brunson. They probably don't have a Jalen Brunson bobblehead either. I'll put him in the screen. There you go, JB. But, look, I just think that this is a bad idea for Paul Reed to go out there and say that. The Knicks have responded well to trash talk all season. We know what happens when Jalen Brunson gets trash talked in the playoffs. Remember, Devin Booker kind of bodied him that one time and said that Jalen Brunson's soft. And then Jalen Brunson bodied him back and got an and one. Now, this was when Brunson was on Dallas. So now in New York, where he's a superstar of the New York team, you really want to try to climb up this chimney? It's going to be a problem. That sounded kind of weird. But look, I just think that the New York Knicks are in perfect position to absolutely rain down punches on this 76ers team. I think the Knicks can end this quickly and painlessly, if you ask me, because you just run on Embiid. If Embiid's not healthy, what do? You make him run. Guess which centers are absolute stallions running up and down the court? Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein. Now, the Knicks don't play with pace, so I'm not expecting them to. But if you make Embiid work and work hard, he's really the one guy that you know has playoff experience. He's also historically worse in the playoffs, let me remind you. Now, is that partially due to injuries? Sure. But he's also injured again this season. So there's a good chance he's not that efficient. There's a good chance he misses a game or two in this series. If that happens, Paul Reed is going to have to prove that the Knicks are the easy matchup. Because if he loses as the starting center, you know Knicks fans are not going to forget that. They are going to be in Paul Reed's comment sections on all those social media posts. Guys, I cannot wait for this playoff series. The Knicks and the 76ers have a built-in rivalry as it is. Like, divisions, New York, Philly, we got some beef going. I'm so excited for this playoff series. We're going to try to get some duo videos with Sean Bernard over at Sixers Digest, so stay tuned for that. We're probably going to put them up on both channels. We're going to get some live streams going. Didn't mean to show you my upper thigh right there. But, I don't know, guys. I'm losing my mind out here. I'm so excited for playoffs. Guys, like this video. Subscribe to Knicks Digest. Comment your thoughts down below. Fourth quarter, why Batum in? Also, is Paul Reed going to eat his words in a week and a half? Let me know. Go Knicks.